Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be covering some movies that have come out within the last couple weeks. I'm a little bit late on this just because I haven't been really rushing out to go see movies lately. I've been busy with work or whatnot. So I'm just going to give my quick thoughts on Crazy Rich Asians and The Meg, two completely different movies. But let's start with the better of the two, Crazy Rich Asians. Going into Crazy Rich Asians, I didn't watch a single trailer. The only things I knew was that it was a romantic comedy and that it was primarily focused on Chinese and Asian culture. So I was a little bit worried just because I didn't know if I would be able to follow it, being that it's so focused on something I haven't been exposed to. But it was awesome, and the whole movie was just absolutely riveting. I was so absorbed into the culture, the people, just a whole different way of living. And I was worried for another reason when I was watching this movie, because I was afraid it was going to get too indulgent in itself, being that it felt like it was kind of flaunting its wealth and just kind of like showing, oh, look at all this kind of crazy stuff we have and what we can do with all this money. And luckily it does pull it back a bit and focuses more on its characters as the movie goes on. And there's a really great kind of a tension between the mother and this newly shonen daughter, or not daughter, that's not the right word, the boyfriend's girlfriend, the new Chinese American girlfriend that comes to visit her boyfriend's basically relatives. And there's a lot of really great interactions between her and all the family, and yeah, it's just really great. There's a lot of really cool stuff. Awkwafina is probably my favorite actress in this whole thing. She does a really good job. She's really funny. Yeah, I mean, I was pleasantly surprised by this movie. It's probably up there with some of my favorite romantic comedies. Yeah, I would highly recommend this movie. I was pleasantly surprised. I would probably see it again in theaters and definitely on streaming. So I highly recommend this movie. Go out and check out Crazy Rich Asians. On the flip side of Crazy Rich Asians, we have the other end of the spectrum, which is a really cheesy shark movie with Jason Statham, and I knew exactly what I was getting into with this movie. I was in the middle. I was ready to kind of not take this movie that seriously and try to enjoy it for what it was, but there is just so many bad decisions in this movie, and you don't even see the shark until like 45 minutes of The Meg, and that is really disappointing because all their like advertisement is geared toward this shark, this megalodon, this huge shark, and it's just, I don't know why they were reserving the shark for so long. It felt really weird, just because I knew going into this, it wasn't about the characters. This was just about having a really fun time and not to take this really that seriously. And I felt at times, or most of the time, it was trying to take itself a little bit too serious. I think it should have leaned more into the campiness, or trying to be a little bit just crazy, kind of not in the realm of like Sharknado, but in kind of heading in more that direction, rather than trying to be another like Jaws, which I think it was trying to be something along those lines. Not exactly Jaws, but like more serious like Jaws, that tone. So ultimately that was the biggest failing of this movie, is that it just took itself way too seriously. And it does have some pretty decent comedic moments, but overall it's just like the tone was just so off for this movie. And the acting is just all around kind of pretty poor. And yeah, just everything you can expect from a really like kind of B-rated shark movie, it's in this. It does have more budget thrown at it, and you can kind of tell because the Megalodon does look pretty good. But overall, it just feels like something that should have debuted on a Netflix streaming service or something along those lines. So I would never watch this movie ever again, and would say if you are bored and see this on Netflix or something, maybe click it on and maybe do laundry or something. I don't know. This might be your forte or in your wheelhouse, but I don't think anyone will be that entertained by this movie. Which is kind of weird because a lot of people showed up to watch the movie. It had a really good box office, but the reaction to it, like at least critically, was pretty negative. So I don't know. Not really within my thing that I like, but maybe you guys will like it. Check it out when it goes to Netflix or something. It might be worth your time. There it is, guys. There's my quick thoughts on Crazy Rich Asians and The Meg. Let me know what you thought of these movies in the comments section below. Like and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you at the movies.